Hello, welcome to Supreme Command Forged Alliance. This is 4v4 Setons on Forged Alliance Forever. Expect this to be a very good game. At least Gimbot says it's good, so I'll believe him. We got Osama bin Laden, so I mean, that's gotta make it good. Here's a cross from Berg, Cybern for Berg, and Osama bin Laden's going with the EF. He is also going first ground. Gonna get that air, grabbing those rocks quick, so Osama knows what he's doing. He also got Tasney here playing a Cybern. Looks like he's gonna go for that air factory, quick air factory, 3 P-gens, and quick hydro. So he might challenge for that island. We got Bogus Khan here, who is confused, as you can tell. His Us are running around, although, yes, he's confused. He's reclaiming trees next to a rock. That's alright. He'll probably get good at some point. Now we got VMC here with Berg on the same team. This can be a great combination. These two players together can beat most teams. And here in the back we got Big Bang. I believe he's Brazilian. So we got a little Brazil action in the back. And this looks like trouble now for Bogus Khan. We see interceptors coming in just as he gets his transport. Now this is the worst thing possibly happened to you. He just spent like, a huge chunk of your eco on this unit and it gets killed immediately, so that sucks. See transport here from Tasney, so he's gonna do something. Also transport from Osama, he's gonna take his island. Now bombers coming in from Big Bang. It's a Brazilian bomber, Aeon. He's coming in, he's gonna help out his ally, Scarilla. Looks like these two players really cleaned up on these they still got a few mass chunks here coming up on minute 5. Looks like in terms of units, big advantage for Gimbal. He just snuck in 3 tanks. He's got a Celine up there too, and using these arty outside the range of Scarilla. If Scarilla doesn't move, he gets hit. These really hurt. And at Tech 1 PD, this might be a little strange from Gimbal here. Really no reason for Scarilla to run into that. But you never know. People do stupid things. It looks like this bomber here from Big Bang has got 3 kills. He's gonna get more if he just hit those. Yeah, finally he's gonna get taken out here. Berg helping his ally out. And this is big trouble here for Bogus Khan. He just got dropped directly on the mainland. He's also lost the island, and he's got NGs running around all his base, capturing max extractors. A great choice of colors, orange and blue. This is like the Dutch national team colors. It's a nice orange, although probably not a good situation here for Bogus Khan, although he is using bombers to try to defend, taking out some bombers. This is getting to be a big base. 6 land factories planned for Tasney. It's a big endeavor there. In terms of what Berg is doing, he just rushed Navy here really hard. Minute 7. He's got frigates. Well, actually, here it looks like Osama still got into the ocean. I'm making a submarine. And a big T1 air advantage for Berg. Berg also almost got a destroyer. So before minute 8, Berg's got a destroyer. Move it out into the field in the middle. Gimbal for the most part controlling the area, but it looks like Scarilla run away with 7 kills. And this is ridiculous. Also, mass storage around a Tech 1 mass extractor. It's not what you want to do. Not from +1 it went to +2. It's a really nice orange color there. Looks like Berg has 1 air. In terms of Navy, yeah, this submarine took care of that frigate. Still 2 more frigates here preventing NGs from getting into the water. And we'll see what this destroyer does. We also see a cruiser coming out, as well as stealthy and another cruiser. This destroyer will take care of any of these submarines, and then the cruisers will counter the air counter here. See Big Bang coming up on minute 10, making Swift Winds. He does have T2 power already. Although VMC probably a little more professional in this regard. making gunships. Got 4 power generators, probably getting ready to get the resource allocation. Most of his mass extractors are at Tech 2 now, or minute 10. It's really a standard on Setons. If you're ecoing, you gotta get all your mass extractors to T2. We gotta see these gunships from Schneck trying to help Bogus Khan out, who is making gunships. Got a few T2 mass extractors, but not much of a base. And that looks like a great drop here from VMC against Tausny. You can see he already lost a couple mass extractors. These were T2. That's a massive T2 drop. An engineer is going to try to save its mass extractor. No, just walks by. That's going to be huge losses for Tausny. Great work for VMC. Yeah, we got T2 from Tausny. He's got a T2 land factory making hoplites. Probably going to get some flak. Got a shield and engineer. Some T2 flak there. Bad situation, and this is becoming a problem for VMC as well. He's having to take on a bunch of manti on the side of his base. He does have gunships, but as soon as T2 flak comes out, it's going to be a huge problem. It appears that Gimbalt's having trouble with Scarillo. A whole bunch of units just passed up his ACU. He is at 42 kills at this point. So much happening in this game, it's hard to keep track. But we got to see Berg here just completely demolishing Osama's base. Osama switched to T2. He's going to go with T2 bombers. See this destroyer with 11 kills. He's going to actually a T2 factory here from Osama, but it's been found out. This destroyer should put an end to this. You don't want that destroyer to be finished, although problems with the anti-air here. T2 bombers. These 2 frigates are just big problems. And even bigger problems for VMC here back at his base. I gotta slow this down, it's getting ridiculous. Yeah, losing some mass extractors. Maybe a T2 PD creep. Yes, Bogus Khan is gonna PD creep against Tausny, and just lost a bunch of his T2 engineers. This is still a Tech 1 commander, so he might just die here. That'll be bad. It appears that Osama bin Laden has finally been killed here. We're about to be killed. It was done by some cruisers, by Berg. And this is just a massacre now. 32 kills on that destroyer. And this becomes a 3v4. And it appears that it's going to be a 3v3 very soon. Bogus Khan losing his entire base, losing his Tech 1 PD, getting taken out. So he allowed the other player to be drop him, then get T2 and run over with T2 land, so that sucks. VMC also having problems here. It's a very nice force. You can see these flags. T2, 5 kills. Some hoplites. And now it's a problem for Scarillo, this Berg's Navy. I think it's the first time I've seen this rush build on Forge Alliance Forever, but Berg executed that extremely well. And actually, his destroyer is working on land. 49 kills, an extremely good destroyer from Berg. And actually, some T3 mass extractors given over to Berg, and that's just tragic. And that's where Tausny killed his opponent. See if Tausny can take an advantage here. And we got T3 power coming out. Of course, VMC here already has the resource allocation. He's going to have a lot of power real soon. Big Bang also has T3 power and getting a second resource allocation. But I'm predicting air control is going to be taken. It looks like Berg was given a whole bunch of ASF. So Berg is going to micro both his ships and the ASF. So that's a good choice. Looks like he's got a spam ready, but now he's just getting his ACU upgrade. You can see he's got, for the most part, T1 mass extractors, so perhaps this is the time for him to upgrade. And in the middle, with Berg's help, Gimbalt is running through. You can see Gimbalt, Scarillo here, relying on Seraphim shields just to stay alive. He's already lost a bunch of mass extractors. This is a big cruiser spam. This is 7 cruisers. They're gonna do a lot of damage. Supported by some Tech 1. We see T3 Land Factory from Skrilla. That'd be a big loss. It looks like gunships now from Towsney. They took care of this destroyer. It was nearly 50 kills. Now gunships versus cruisers, and ASF gunships are gonna die. It's gonna be a lot of nice wrecks. Yep, those are all dead now. Looks like there are a lot of them were jesters. Skrilla getting an upgrade. It looks like his T3 tanks, 19 kills in this tank, was able to take care of the situation. It looks like Berger has decided to leave the game. I'm not sure why, but he has given his units over to Gimbal. So it becomes a 2v3. I see T3 gunships from VMC. And Berg with that explosion takes out a bunch of engineers, but that's alright. And in SF battle, Big Bang has quite a bit of SF. This is not where you want to fly. It's a massive anti-air effort here. Skrilla nearly died. And this is still a nuisance. Towsney spamming T2 hoplites. Has total control over Bogus Khan's old base. And he could think about going T3, getting a spider bot, or getting some missiles, some cruise missiles. See bombers coming out from VMC. Actually, some bombers over here. It looks like they're going to target Towsney, who's underwater. And that's just going to be tragic. That was a T3 torpedoes. And this should be game over for Towsney. Not clear why he's not getting out of the water. Yeah, he's nearly dead. So now Towsney's gone. He's given his units over to Skrilla, so it is now a 2v2. Not clear why he didn't want to stay alive. Skrilla has been killed in the middle, so now this becomes a 1v1 or a 2v1. This is just crazy game here at minute 21. See how it plays out. So now Big Bang has control over most of the map. He's got total control over his own base, his own 4 bases, although the middle is quite a bit of trouble from this Navy. No more naval production, however, so we won't see any T3 battleships, so relatively safe. He's got a nice UEF base here from Osama. And of course he's got Towsney's old base, and there he's got a big ASF spam. Actually, now he's making ASF. Looks like he cancelled the Strat Bomber. He's total control of the islands. This island's still empty. And yeah, he's not doing much over here. So he's got do a lot of things at once here. Looks like some bombers coming out now for Gimbal, targeting the shields. And this is going to be for Brazil right here. I'm assuming that's where he's from. Gimbal now getting some more upgrades. Not clear what they are. Definitely has a back upgrade, so perhaps a missile will be very nice. And an experimental at GC coming out for Big Bang. Maybe we'll see some nukes, as well as a GC for VMC. So both back players get an experimental here at minute 24. This GC is going to be pretty devastating to this force. Looks like all these units are being sent into the field, most likely run into the GC. And perhaps a few of these units should be sent to the water, get an experimental going. Oh, this metal base slowly disappearing. Pretty nice Tech 1 force, and now chicken being made by Gimbal in the middle. Some Tech 3. And a nuke for Big Bang. This is going to really change the game, because I don't think there are anti-nukes on all these bases. Plenty of targets. Be great to put an anti-nuke here in the middle. And yeah, that doesn't even belong. Looks like this GC is going into the ocean. Probably try to sneak it in through this back door there. And the middle is lost to Tech 1. We do see some PDs, but those will be dead soon. You can see these T2 bombers from Gimbal attacking Big Bang on his own base. You can see this ASF for Big Bang now being microed. And now we also see a donut from Big Bang. T2 bombers flying up ahead. Probably a bad idea to start a donut against VMC. Trouble through the middle of that Tech 1 force. And VMC actually retreats. It's a pretty nice spam there from Big Bang. He definitely has a great eco. Looks like this GC from VMC took care of the problem that Bogus Khan had. And we got to see this chicken in the middle. Now we just saw a nuke from Big Bang. He can basically kill anybody here, and Gimbal is running into the ocean. And it looks like VMC does not have anti-nuke. This will be a huge loss. A lot of power for this team is in these structures. It was a pretty big chunk of their ASF spam. There are other ASF spams here in Gimbal's base. It's actually just a T2 factory, but plenty of NGs. So a bit of trouble here for the back team. One thing that they still have is total naval domination in the bottom ocean, and we can see this T1 forces just rolling through. Looks like they are going to be countered by a whole bunch of restorers. So Big Bang, after this nuke, has restorers, and if he has control, he can do a lot of raiding on Gimbalt and VMC. Looks like Gimbalt is making Wassa in the ocean. It could be dangerous because his team is not projected to have air control. It's going to be a long road for recovery. You see this nuke wiped out most of these units, all the different powers plus the air spam. Let's see how many kills that was. That was 132. And also a donut here from Big Bang. So things are getting really bad for the bottom side. Looks like Brazil is going to win. All these different weapons that they have. Where did that GC go, by the way? Yeah, here. This is GC from. Yeah, there's a chicken running through the middle. Totally missed that. But we do also have a GC going through the ocean. And Big Bang, he can try to complete this donut so it can take care of the chicken, or he can just use the restorers. Looks like the restorers will take care of the situation for him. And now also here comes the donut. This is not what you see all the time, a donut versus chicken. That was a very short fight there. We got to get these restorers off the ground. They're getting killed for nothing. Now also Big Bang working on the GC. He's got to get another nuke. That's nearly ready to launch. And a donut. This GC just might be trouble. You also remember there's an Wassa that's nearly finished for Gimbal in the ocean. Also a bug and a donut for Big Bang. It looks like as this GC walks out of the ocean, it's just getting smashed. And the bug is going to make it across. See VMC here in the ocean. Try to reclaim some of Big Bang's air. Actually, there is this GC that I lost. It is walking around in VMC's base. There's really nothing that VMC can do. It is getting hit by some T2 bombers, which shouldn't be happening given total air control from Big Bang. Well, let's see. Looks like this GC is going to try to keep VMC in the ocean. We also see torpedo bombers coming in from Big Bang. These should force VMC out of the water. Probably want to get it to come out of the water. This is going to be a 1v1. And we just saw an Wassa attacking Big Bang's base. So a lot of different things happening. And that's pretty ridiculous. We just saw VMC get killed by Big Bang, but Big Bang has his air way across the map. He also has some over here. But he's got to save his ACU. He just got hit by an Owasso. That's so ridiculous. I bet you he did not even know. He was so busy killing VMC and he didn't know there was a big bomber flying over his base. So a great finish to this one. I can see why Gimbal liked it, and hope everybody else did too.